Welcome back to the vlog, everyone. Today we have a fun episode. We're currently here at the Wolfgang Poker Next Gen Poker meetup game. Should be a ton of fun. The guys have been a blast, so should be fun. Big hand.
So if I call now, we check the river?
I can't. I'm probably going to jam the river. Being totally honest with you. Welcome back to another video, folks. I appreciate you guys coming through as always. Today, we have a couple announcements to get into before we hop into what was an action-packed game, to say the very least. First and foremost, if you guys haven't had a chance already, definitely head over to closetobroke.la.com to grab one of these hoodies. As you guys can see, they're pretty great, to say the very least. I will toot my own horn on that, as well as you can grab one of these trucker hats. We have a ton more as well, different colorways, whatever's comfortable for you, I promise you will have. Let me know if you guys have copped anything. And if you guys act right now, you guys can type in West Coast Fam, all capital letters. Again, the description will have the code below, and that's 20% off anything you order. So let me know if you guys are ordering anything in our Instagram. Again, follow us on Instagram at closetobroke. It goes a really long way, and our DMs are open, and we're happy to answer any questions that you guys may have. Lastly, the WSOP giveaway is going on. It's going to be ended next vlog. So in the next episode, I'll announce the winner. If you guys haven't had a chance to head over and make your video application, it's very simple. And in the description down below, there's a YouTube video in which I cover how to enter the giveaway. Again, it's completely free. It's 100% my own money. And this is an opportunity that can definitely change your life. So if you guys want to learn more about that, definitely click on that video, or somewhere up here I'll add a card to let you guys see how to do that. Anyways, today's video has a ton of action in store, and I'm really excited you guys clicked on today's video. You do not want to look away for a second. Again, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell if you're new. And yeah, we'll see you guys when I see you, which is in 20 seconds when I just pick up my phone and get the notes for this hand. Well, you can make this up. On the very first hand, we find ourselves tangled up with Wolfgang. Wolfgang is under the gun and decides to open at $20. There is a straddle out there, so he's under the gun +1. Next to act decides to make the call, who's acting. Alrighty guys, here with a friend of ours, Bearded Poker, Leo, right?
Yes, sir.
If you guys haven't already, check out his vlog. He does vlogs from the great state of Texas.
Right.
So if you guys want some action stuff, you guys want to expand your palette of poker content, please check him out if you haven't already. Actually, Bearded Poker, a very, very nice person, by the way. So shout out to him, by the way. I'm next to act as well, and I look down at Ace Jack of Diamonds. I can definitely play this hand any of which ways, passively or more aggressively. But as you guys already know already, I play the game fairly aggressive where I can find the spot. So I decide to 3-bet here to $80. It folds all the way back around to Wolfgang, who decides to make the call. Bearded Poker does decide to fold. The flop comes Jack 5-3 Rainbow. Wolfgang decides to stay playing and flow and check to me. Once the action's on me, I now decide on what the proper bet sizing is. I'm definitely going to be going for somewhere around 30% pot, so I go ahead and bet $55. Wolfgang decides to make the call after a little bit of thinking. The turn is a 6, putting a full rainbow out there. And when he checks it to me, we're now in a precarious situation. Considering the SPR is a little bit of an issue, we are sitting at we're currently sitting around a 1-to-1 effective stack size pot ratio. So although I just have one pair, I do have the best one pair. And not only that, I think I want to get hands like King Jack, Queen Jack suited to make this sticky call, as well as maybe some middling pairs like 10s. After a little bit of thought, I decide that the only option I have here is to make the jam. After a bit of thinking, Wolfgang decides to lay his hand down. So happy we won that pot. Wolfgang does show pocket 10s for the vlog, and we let him know he made a big fold by showing him Ace Jack. Unfortunate for him there. I am happy with the way I played that hand for sure. And if you guys haven't already, please make sure to drop Wolfgang a follow on Instagram at Wolfgang Poker, or on YouTube at Wolfgang Poker as well. And let him know that I sent you guys, because that'll be really nice of you. This next hand ends up being one of the most fun hands I think we've ever played probably ever. Richard, who's actually, we joke around and say he's the manager of the vlog or a friend of the vlog, is one of my longest standing supporters and one of the nicest people I've met through the poker scene for sure. So big shout out to you, brother. I'm very thankful to have you involved in this, and I'm very happy to, like I said, have you around. So we're in a big hand with him, and I want to show you guys what happened. Richard opens to $15 over a straddle under the gun +1. It folds over to me in 2 spots to his left, and I look down at King 9 of diamonds. I want to play this hand fairly aggressively here in position and isolate him from the rest of the pack, so I decide to 3-bet it here. I make it $45 and Richard makes the call. The flop comes ace queen 3 rainbow. There is 1 diamond out there. When Richard checks to me, I'm going to continue to play in flow here. I decide to bet $45. Don't really like my sizing. Like I said, for the most part, I'm trying to stick around 30 and 70% or pot. So deciding on this bet sizing of $45 is not too great in my opinion. But either way, he decides to make the call. The turn comes a 7 of diamonds. So now we pick up that backdoor equity that we are looking for, but definitely going to have a range advantage on this board texture, I believe. I'm the only one that can possibly have aces, queens, ace king, and ace queen in this situation. So I want to continue to represent our strength. With all that being said, he decides to check to me and I bet $110. Now, I usually drag on and let you guys know why I do this and why I do that, but I think it'd be way more funny if I can let you guys listen to the table talk, which was off the chains here. I can't. I'm probably going to jam the river. I'm being totally honest with you.
Hey!
I think you have like ace jack or something.
I beat that.
Let's see. What do you... I don't think you have 2 pair. Unless you have ace 3. 1 second. I'm going to do more talking, I promise.
Okay,
Let me just finish this up.
But,
You don't have ace king. There's no way. Thank you. You don't have ace
I have
king.
a tip for you.
a fucking nitty ass fucking fold, man.
I really don't think you have it. I think you have like, no, you have ace jack, right? Don't lie to me.
Alright, take you win. Take it.
Hey, Happy, you see that dude with your...
Do you have pocket king? How is that better than ace jack?
I know you have an ace. I know you have an ace. I know you have an ace.
Oh no! Richard, no! Richard, no!
Don't forget your place, bitch. I know.
I didn't record it.
Wow.
So luckily, after all that table talk, I was able to get Richard to fold. He does show pocket kings, as you guys see there, which is insane that he did not find a 4-bet pre-flop, but I'll definitely take it. Can't complain too much about that. And anyways, again, shout out to you, Richard. Sorry that I bluffed you off this one. I'm quickly finding out that a ton of my fellow vlog watchers, friends of the vlog, happen to be fans of Next Gen as well as Wolfgang. So I find myself in another hand against another friend of the vlog. Shout out to Rob. Rob is in early position and decides to raise to $15 here. I look down at 4 or 5 of diamonds here in the small blind and I decide to defend here. The big blind makes a call as well. And you would not believe it, because a flop comes ace king 10 all diamonds. We flop a flush. This is a pretty gnarly situation to be involved in. Rob is a very fun player, and we, you know, like myself, we like to play pots fast and big, so this should be a pretty interesting situation here. I go ahead and check it. The big blind checks as well, and we get over to Rob. Rob c-bets for $25, and when it gets to me, my hand can definitely use a lot of protection. There's not a ton of combinations of hands that he will have that have a strength diamond, but there's definitely a few hands that I think I can get to call, like flop straights, some pairs, some sets, that I think can definitely fold or slow down on some really bad runouts. So I'm gonna go ahead and raise to $80 here. It folds back to him and he decides to make the call. The turn is a queen of spades, now putting a one-liner out there. And when it's on me, I'm pretty much hoping he has ace jack with like the jack of diamonds at this point and can't fold. So I go ahead and bet $175, a really big sizing here. And to our complete surprise, I cannot even put the bet out fast enough before he instantly jams. Unfortunately, I again am not good enough to make this fold here. So I go ahead and make the call for $250 more. And again, I'll let the clip run so you guys can see how it went down in person. 175. Cool.
Flop the flush.
Then I'm dead. I flopped the flush as well, but it's really bad. Yeah, mine's 5 high. Unfortunate. Unfortunately there, we lose another really big pot that we didn't want to. Rob did end up having 9-7 of diamonds, so one of the few combinations of diamonds that did make sense for him to continue to open. Unfortunate situation there. I don't think I can ever get away from it with the way I played it, but at the end of the day, I won't kill myself over it. It just was a cold deck. By this point, playing with fellow friends of the vlog is great and all, but I was tired of them taking my money. It was my turn to go to a different table and hopefully make some money for the session after getting stacked in a huge spot. In this next hand, we find ourselves in a pot against none other than Jello. Jello opens from under the gun to $20. I look down at pocket 10s here in middle position. You can definitely go either way, but I like to play these hands fairly passively and then look for some spots post-flop. So I go ahead and just make the call. Another friend of the vlog, Jesse, to my direct left, decides to make the call as well. And we go to a flop 3 ways. The flop comes King 9-3 Rainbow. The action checks over to Jesse here. Jesse decides to bet $50. And when Jello folds, it's now on to me. I think it'd be a little too nitty to make a fold here at this point. This can definitely just be a range bet in position. So I'm going to go ahead and defend my hand and make the call. The turn is a queen, and the action checks through, which I think is fairly interesting here. The river comes a 3, so it pairs the bottom card. And after a little bit of thinking, considering that I double block the nuts, which is Jack 10, or at least the nuts straight, I think it's about time that I choose a pretty gnarly bluff here. As the action is now on me, I'm thinking of hands that I'm going to have here for value and bluffs. I definitely think I can have Ace-3 suited in this situation, can easily have quad 3s in this situation, as well as 2 pairs like King-Queen and King-9. After a little bit of thinking, I decide to jam it in here with our complete bluff. Although we do have a pair of 10s, there's not a lot of hands that we can beat here. It gets over to Jesse, and he goes deep in the tank. I think at this point, Jesse has some kind of middling pair or top pair with a fairly weak kicker. The only reason it's taking this long and thinking about it is because he has some portion of the board, and that is why we made this bet. I didn't think he had a really strong hand because he checked the turn. Although he can be pot controlling with some 2 pairs like King-9, I think I can even get that hand to fold in some frequency. After quite a bit of tanking, Jesse reluctantly folds his hand. He did let us know that he folded King-Deuce, so he had a king with no kicker, unfortunately. But again, I don't think he can really beat himself up for that fold. I think it was a pretty easy fold after everything was said and done. But I'm really happy with the way I can eke out a little bit of a bluff in a pretty interesting spot. And I know you guys love the big bluffs anyways. I'm in middle position and I look down at pocket 7s. I go ahead and make it $15. A gentleman in late position looks down at his hand and thinks $15 is too cheap, makes it $45 to go, folds back over to me, and I'm definitely going to be defending here and set mining to say the least. The flop comes 10-10-3 with 2 hearts. I decide to check here to continue playing in flow, and he c-bets $35. Not much to do here. I'm going to go ahead and make the call. The turn comes in 8 of hearts, bringing that front door flush. I'm going to go ahead and check once again, and he decides to bet $65 as a double barrel here. After a little bit of thinking, although I don't have a heart, I actually kind of like that in some fashion, at least here on the turn, because I'm able to allow him to have some bluffs in his range, depending on what kind of player here is. The only unfortunate thing is I'm very new to this table, so it's really hard to make any clear judgment calls without going on some kind of like winging it kind of vibe. So I'm going to go ahead and just make the call here and see what I can do on the river. The river comes a queen of hearts, so bringing a 4 to a flush out there. After a little bit of thinking, I now try to tell myself, so what hands am I going to get here that are worse than this? There's probably not any that I can possibly get to this river on that are worse. So pocket 7 is going to be on that lower end of the echelon. Now the question is, what value hands would I have in this situation? I think I can definitely have a ton of boats in my range. After a little bit of thinking, I think this is where we go for gusto. I decide to lead out here for $225 on a pure bluff. And I'll save you guys the suspense. Our opponent pretty quickly decides to make the call and shows pocket aces with the ace of hearts. That makes sense. And unfortunately, everything is clear in 2020 hindsight vision. So unfortunate here. I will never stop bluffing if the situation predicates it. So You know, and I think it's good for the vlog to say the very least. So I was definitely putting him on an overpair like kings, aces, and queens that didn't contain a heart. So unfortunate situation there, but to say the very least is at least we gave it to a friend of the vlog. In this next hand, we're in the big blind. There's a straddle on. There's a lot of limps, to say the very least. A couple that decide to get it around. As it gets over to me in the big blind, Alex as well as Richard are involved in the hand. They're both limping here. I look down at ace queen once again. You can't make this situation up. This is like the best thing that can possibly happen to me. I go ahead and raise it to $45, and only Rob from the middle position decides to make the call. The flop comes queen 7-3. We flop top pair. It's a great situation. I'm going to go ahead and make a c-bet here. And again, it doesn't need to be too big because we have this board fairly locked up and it's fairly dry. So I go ahead and bet $35, and Rob pretty quickly decides to make the fold. Unfortunate spot there, but as you guys can see here, definitely not going to be letting anyone get to these rivers or situations without paying a pretty penny.
Yes, what was your name?
Marty. Marty. Yeah.
You're handsome gentleman.
Oh, yes.
Handsome, beautiful. That's crazy. What the fuck? Let's check this out. Whoa, this got some weight. This is handcrafted. Where'd you get this at, man?
I got my tiki stuff. That's what.
Nice. Oh, is that what you collect?
Yeah. I was saying, I have
awesome.
because I was gonna tell you that that's a picture of my poker room. I have a home.
What, in your house?
Yeah, my house. Yeah.
What the fuck? Let's see that. That's so pretty.
Yeah.
Is that a commerce
Yeah, it's
table?
a commerce
That's a
table.
retired commerce table?
Yeah.
Do they sell those?
No. I got it because I go to Commerce a lot.
Oh,
so, yeah.
we know a guy. We know the guys.
yeah.
We got to plug you. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, of course.
This is a beautiful, beautiful
Yeah.
gift. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Thanks
Yeah.
for watching the vlog.
Of course. I love the vlogs, man.
Thank you, man. We'll see you guys soon.
Folks, so that is going to do it for us here at the meetup game. We were into the game for like 1,200 and out for like 600 or 700. So lost, it's just hard to keep tracking these games. I'm trying to have fun. So lost anywhere from like 600 to $800-ish. I don't even know, to be honest. So somewhere in that realm. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Not a ton of hands to go over. We got here a little late and took a little while, like over an hour to get a seat in. So I will see you guys on the next vlog. We don't know when that'd be. You never know with me. So I'll see you guys in the next one.